What's up, traders? Going 3 for 3 today. As always, let's jump right into this. First trade was on AMC. This was a fun one. Previous resistance all the way down here, $30. It started to move up pretty quickly. Again, always watch these trades live over on Twitch. I will put the pinned comment down below as a link over to those highlights. So up to 32, I think it was. We were watching it, and then all of a sudden it goes up through 32.50. And it started to jiggle there, right under 33. So we went ahead and started it. It did try to pull back just a little bit, and then all of a sudden this thing just took off. So as you can see, went up, let it go. Ass was getting hit nonstop, waited for that second jiggle. We finally get it up here. 34.33 was the top. We get an ad at, 34.17. So pretty good. Brings our average up to, I don't remember, it was somewhere around 33 something. But as you can see, we took profit, half of our position right down towards 33, and then it got under 33 and kind of started to chill out there. So we took a half of our remaining shares off, and it came down, it kept on coming down to 32. So we were at 32, took another, I think we had 25 shares left. We took 15 of the 25 to give us 10, looking for this exact move if it wanted to continue straight down, but it started to bounce, and I figured such a straight move down, we were going to get a decent little bounce, probably up to like 33 at least, maybe even, who knows what does, right? We always talk about intense move into the pullback. What it does after that, I don't really care. But in this case, it just kind of sucked because it did start to bounce. We took it off expecting a bigger bounce, and this thing just flushed into a halt. So we only had 10 shares, but that's $3 a share. Not sure if I would have even made it all the way down there, but regardless, definitely left a little bit of money on the table there. But obviously, hindsight's 2020 is what it is. Second trade, I believe, was actually Tesla. We actually took a long on Tesla. If we scroll out, you can see it was a pretty nice move down. And I was using this area here as kind of probable support, that 1070 area. Started a little earlier. I actually thought that we were going to get filled at 1077, and we ended up getting filled at 1079.50. So I was waiting for it to kind of, because you can see the big candle down here. So I was looking for the extension away from this previous support, looking for it to come back up and retest that area. So when I hit it, the price must have just jumped, and I'd have to go back and watch it myself. But yeah, we only took 3 shares. So we weren't looking to make much. We weren't looking to risk much either, knowing how volatile this thing can get. Plus, I wanted the price closer down to 1070 for my first entry. So I originally was going to take 5 shares, but I actually went down to 3 because I wasn't getting the price that I wanted, and I wanted to be able to scale in if it did continue down there. Tried to bounce. We put a take profit out. It was like 1084.50 or something around there. It got to 1083 almost, and then came back down, made a new low, came back up to that same area. And when it rejected that same area again, I also looked up at the SPY. The SPY started to come back down. I took it off, basically break even. You can see we're a little bit green on it. And as you can see, it did try to come lower. So this obviously wasn't the play that we were looking for at this point. And so we just took it off. Obviously, what it did after that, there's not much we can do about that. Then our last one that put us over the hump was HOOD. We scroll out, you can see previous resistance all the way down here, 1302 from yesterday's high. Made a new intraday resistance, and then another intraday resistance, and then we finally got a real move. You can see these kind of were grind, and then boom, we get like a straight up type move. So we start this one at 15. We were hoping we'd get the move up through 15, but it really started to struggle here. So we took a starter with smaller size. I was going to start with 200 if it went through 15. I scaled it down to 100, and we got in at 1496. It went through, and instead of me doing a 1-1 here to get to original size, I said, you know what? That was a pretty good move. I'm actually going to try my 1-2. I started with half size. Let's just give it a shot, see what happens. So of course, being the one time I try that, I hit it on the first jiggle that I saw, which was at 15.13. I think it went to like 15.18 or so, and then started to come back down, and then we hit it. So it brings our average up to like 15.07. And wouldn't you know it, that was pretty much the bottom of that little pullback right after we got in. And then it decided to keep going. So now it kind of put me in a weird spot. Well, do I want to hit it bigger again? Which obviously I wish I would have, because the idea behind when I eventually get to this 1-2, I want to be able to double the position each time. So if I do a 1-2, that puts me at 3. That would mean that next entry has to be a 6, right? Essentially, that's always going to get my average way up, right? It just has to, I have to make sure I'm getting good entries. And I started to feel that I started this a little early. I didn't get the first entry that I wanted. This should have been my first entry. And then this should have been the 2. So it should have been 1-2 this way. So because of that, I actually only put another 2 in. So I did a 1-2-2, and it still brought my average up pretty good. Got a decent little flush, and made out okay on it. So as you can see, it started to struggle back down through 15. It was really hoping to get that move back down towards 1450, but it really started to struggle, and we took the rest off. And as you can see, it ended up being the right move. I don't think this ever came back down. Yeah, it tried a little bit there, but ultimately it just stayed up there. So pretty good read on our part. We were looking to get back in this. It just never gave us that big move again. I really thought we might get a big move here. We had it up. I even had it up here. Like every time it just kept trying, and it just kept getting rejected. And now it's just going sideways. So that was my 3 trades, a little over $100, $103. And that's our goal, right? We're just trying to make $100, especially as we keep scaling. I'm leaving the goal at $100 just because I like to see that $100 a day. And if I'm hoping to just keep making more than that, right? Instead of raising the goal, I'm just hoping to keep beating the goal by more and more. And then I think, like maybe when we get to that 150, we can change it, or maybe like 125 or something. But one thing I wanted to note is as I'm scaling, I am not increasing my max loss. So I've noticed that I'm not getting anywhere near my max loss. So why would I raise my max loss just for that one outlier trade that wants to come wipe me out? Why not just let that outlier trade just hit the old max loss? I'm going to see how close I can bring that max loss to how much I'm making per trade. And I know that was actually how I determined my share size back in the past. And I'm not going to do that again, but I'm going to see how much closer I can get as far as that goes. Because figure $62, $800 max loss. That would mean if I took a max loss at $800, what is that? That's a little over 10 trades to get it back. So that's not that great. But if I can get that down to like less than like 8 trades, 7 or 8 trades, that would be nice, especially because trades right now are, they're scarce. So that's all I got. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Always appreciate the support. If you do have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those down below. You can find me in Discord or over on Twitter, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.